Hey guys, welcome to another week. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. So I want to thank you first off for your continued efforts throughout these first two modules. Keep it up. Keep the torch lit. Keep working hard. Keep running that marathon. So without further ado, let's take a look at our syllabus. You'll note that we have our first paper, hurrah! And it's a neat one because it's immensely relevant. All right, so let's go into our Canvas page. So this is us, chilled cow, lo-fi hip-hop girl. All right, so we are module 3. Let me just publish this. We'll go into student view so we can view it how you see it. Okay, let's take a look at the prompt of our essay. So you just click there, click the prompt, download the document. All right, whoa, pandemic essay, that's what we're living, isn't it? All right, so check this out. 2020 has been a difficult year for many of us. One of the more prominent events is the worldwide pandemic that we are currently experiencing. Because of this, our lives have changed in many ways. In fact, it's even quite probable that some of these changes have gone under our radar. Just like with any change in life, these can take the shape of both gains and losses. This essay is a gift from me to you, to take a moment to take stock and notice more deeply just how your life has changed as a result of our current pandemic. So here's your task. Just write an essay where you answer this central question. How has your life changed as a result of this pandemic? Here are some guiding questions. With the guiding question, I see it exactly as that, as a guide to help you begin to move forward with your writing, like as opposed to just saying, okay, write about this topic. Guiding questions are cool because it's like, here guides, obviously. Okay, so we're talking about how your life has changed as a result of the pandemic. What have been some of your gains? What have been some of your losses? Have you had more gains or more losses? Explain. If you've obtained some gains, would you have been able to achieve those without the pandemic? Example for me, like some gains, like often I would think, okay, if I just had more time, I would go in harder and learn, more Japanese and more French, because see, I like languages. Now that has happened, I've had that, been able to get more into my language learning and things like that. So maybe like that you've had some gains too, like maybe you're able to spend some more time with your family now or something. I don't know. So if you think of some other guiding questions, it's kind of a cool thing because it's like, what would you want to ask yourself for this essay? There's an opportunity to do so in the brainstorm, and I ask that you please do come up with some and to think about this, right? So this is at least 3.5 pages, double spaced. The essay is 100 points. We're going to have a peer review workshop. So for each of our papers, we're going to have a peer review workshop where you'll submit a rough draft, and then the Canvas system will give you 3 drafts to look at, and I'll explain that for next week's module. So I'm sure you've done drafts for 1A, I hope. Okay, correct MLA format, works cited page, 5 points. You guys got it. That's 1A stuff. You got it. Here's the important dates. Brainstorm, which will be due on Sunday, this coming Sunday. The workshop, the week of the 7th. So next module. Final draft is due the 20th. Here's a rubric. Check this out. Strong papers will have the following traits. So under content, your thesis has to obviously answer the question, which is, how has your life changed as a result of this pandemic? So your thesis should answer it explicitly. Demonstrate clear, insightful, relevant, and deep critical thinking. So put some thought into it. That's what the brainstorm is for, and the peer review workshop and all that. And I'm sure that'll help to spur more ideas. Treatment of topic is thorough. The organization has a strong and engaging intro and conclusion. Organizes body paragraphs to all speak back and somehow support the central thesis. Employs effective transitions. That's a big one, my friends, with composition. Don't be all like highly caffeinated, jumping from topic to topic. No, like transition, right? Remember. Formatted mechanics, proper citations. This is one of those things where, because you don't know everything, if you bring in some outside sources, then make sure to cite them both in in-text citations as well as in the works cited page. Few or no errors in spelling or punctuation or grammar. So remember, the Writing Center is still open, and make sure that you pay necessary attention to those things. Distinctive voice and appropriate point of view. So those things, have that in mind as a rubric. Believe it or not, you're the first class. You're my guinea pig that I am having this paper in, just because this is what's happening now and it's immensely relevant. And so yeah, it's a gift to really take a moment to take stock and think and get out some ideas. So that's that. That's our first paper. Here's the brainstorm that I was mentioning, which is going to be due by Sunday the 6th, so this coming Sunday. Let's take a look at the brainstorm itself. So you just click the document, and it is a T-chart. I'm a big fan of T-charts. So here's a central question: how has your life changed as a result of this pandemic? So for me, so I already have the bullets in. You just click it, begin to write. So for me, so I could be like, since I am teaching from home, I have been able to dedicate more time to my Japanese and French learning, because that's other language I'm learning. Things like that. So just like off the cuff, think of some gains, losses, that's a big one. I could say, like, I really miss hanging out with my friends. Although I have seen like few friends, but we've been careful and stuff, like with masks and such. But I've seen like 2 friends, but that's like it. So yeah, I could say I miss my friends. What about you guys? Like, some losses. Okay. Here's what I was saying about, remember in the prompt, I was saying that you can create some additional guiding questions for yourself. So it's like, what else might you want to ask yourself? Like maybe perhaps, what have you been doing to stay healthy during all of this, or something like. So create some additional guiding questions for yourself. It's kind of one of those like backward thinking type of thing. Like, what would you like to ask yourself? What direction would you like to take? Just in case you want to write, much more and you want to expand this, and it's easy. You just simply literally expand it. Go to the arrow. You can expand it. Boom. Easy as that. Same thing goes with this. If you want to expand it, just click it. Come on. Oh, actually, here it is. So it's this little box here. You can expand that and go ham, because that's our task for the week, is the brainstorm. Another thing. So remember that I mentioned the peer review workshops. The rough draft is going to be, and that's when I say rough draft, that's going to be at least 2 pages. That's going to be due by next module's Wednesday. So not this Wednesday, but after that, okay? And I just have this up just so that you could, if you want to begin thinking about your rough draft, or hey, if you want to start the rough draft, sweet. So that's there. So that's what we have for this week. And yeah, really put thought into it, and it's a real gift, because it's going to help you. There's a lot of stuff's been happening, so it'll help to organize your thoughts and such. So with that being said, reach out to me if you have any questions, and enjoy your week.